to the channel. This is Beyond Authentic Health, where we are documenting our Slimming Well journey.
And beyond. I'm Ruffus.
I'm Lisa behind the camera, and what are we doing today, Ruffus?
We are doing a Choosey recipe, which is the Massaman Curry. When we do this, you can put it in a Pyrex dish. Make sure you take the plastic lid off though, before you put it in the oven.
All right, all right.
But we've got these silicone moulds that you can pop in the air fryer, so we're going to put foil on afterwards and put all of it in here.
I mean, who would be daft enough to cook something in a Pyrex dish with a plastic lid on and pop it in the oven to reheat?
I don't know. I don't know anyone who would do that. I mean,
who would do something that daft? Yes, it was me. Anyway, right, to today's recipe. Massaman Lamb Curry. It says, Ruffus, first of all, for this recipe...
Yes, you will need.
You will need. What have we got?
So we have got, I think it was 600 grams of lamb. By the time when we chopped all the fat off, it was a little bit less, but that's fine.
It's only us.
It was 600 grams of potatoes chopped up into bite-sized pieces. So that's... peeled and chopped potatoes. They said that it was supposed to have waxy potatoes, but it was the ones, well,
I don't know what waxy potatoes are.
We've got 2 onions, and just says cut into wedges, so just been chopped up into pieces. The recipe states tomato puree, but we don't have any because we don't use a lot of tomato tin stuff. That we don't keep that in. No, so we've concentrated some tomato passata. So I think there might be sins in some of the tomato puree. So
some of them got a lot of sugar in, haven't they? Because they're really sweet.
But that, like I say, is just concentrated passata. So we're going to use that as our tomato paste.
And if you saw our shopping trip to Morrison's, where we had to go to get this Massaman curry paste, it's the only place that we found it, wasn't it?
And it was only one on the shelf.
It was the only one on the shelf, and it's £2.25. I think I said £2.50 on the video, but it's £2.25 for that. And
it's 1 sin per level tablespoon.
Yeah.
We've got the tamarind paste, so use a little bit of that. Use 4 to 6 of the lime leaves. The fish sauce. Luckily, we already had this in anyway.
Yeah, we've got lots in our store cubby. The tamarind paste we had in as well.
We've got 700 mils of chicken stock, so I put 2 stock pot
cubes
in there, and 700. So there's 700 mils of that. So there's 2 of those in there. I've got a cinnamon stick. So we've got one cinnamon stick to go in the recipe. We've got a lime to go in, and that's it. And we've got a bit of fry light. Oh, we've got the canderel sweetener because it says you put 1/4 teaspoon in it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And our lovely coriander, because we do like coriander.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We need to grow coriander.
We do. So let's put a little bit of spray in there. And then we've got, turn this on. Let's get this on. And then we have got our paste. And it says 2 level tablespoons. 1, 2. Doesn't look like a lot, does it? But well, we'll see. Got our lamb already chopped up, and I think you can do the lamb into big or smaller pieces, whatever. But obviously, the bigger chunks and that will take longer once you cook it in the oven. So we've got our lamb in, and chopped off as much visible fat that I could. So there's the teeny tiniest bit you might see on it, but the rest is all off that I could get off of it. Bear in mind, we haven't had lamb. I don't remember the last time we had lamb. I honestly don't. Years. I think it must be years, isn't it?
I know. We nearly have it next week because you were going to do a.
I know.
It looks like.
But I think it was the fat that made me feel really unwell. The fat that was on the lamb, cooking with all the fat on it. Was just, oh no. So I'm hoping I'm all right with this, hopefully. So we cook this for a few minutes to seal it all in. Otherwise you'd be eating a lot of dinner, dear. Nearly getting there. Looks quite nice, doesn't it, already?
So that looks good. That all looks sealed now, doesn't it? That looks really
Apart
nice.
from that little bit. So, right. I'll turn it down just for a second because I don't want to burn it. I'll take it off just for a second and then we'll see what the next bit is.
Stir in everything else, bring to a simmer and then cook in the oven for 2.5 hours.
Okay, so I've got...
So you bung everything else, all of this, in the pan.
Except for that, that's afterwards.
Coriander is for sprinkling and the lime is for sprinkling. But everything else, including
the potatoes, and that's got to go in. Yeah.
I'll do this, the most important bit. There you go.
Right, we've got the...
I helped. The homemade tomato paste.
It is, yeah. Yeah. And like you say, there's sins in tomato paste. Puree.
Yeah.
So there's that and there's that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And one more bit. It says 4 to 6, but there we
you
are.
go, perfect.
So there's that.
And then 1 tablespoon of the tamarind paste.
I've got the tamarind paste.
A level tablespoon.
Ooh.
Yep. And then a tablespoon of Thai fish sauce. It's a lot of flavours, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've just got a 1/4 teaspoon.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Or the chicken stock. It says you can use vegetable or chicken stock. So here's some I prepared earlier.
Yep.
And then we've got the onions to go in as well.
Ruffus. Ruffus.
Yeah.
Ruffus.
Yeah.
It's simmer of the week.
Simmering now. It is.
Simmer of the week.
Yeah.
Simmer's World.
Yeah.
Simmering World.
It's looking nice though.
Simmer of the week.
Hopefully. Yes.
Ha 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 ha. Right, okay, let's just crack on now. Oh my
And actually, we're going to change plans. We were going to use the 2 moulds, but actually the one that goes in our the slow cooker, we're going to use that and pop it in the air fryer because it'll hold all of it in there. Yeah, so we can put all of it in there.
Yeah.
But only thing is though, we've got free food in there. So we've got potatoes, we've got onions, which are speed, and meat, and not much else.
Not a lot of speed food in there, is there?
So we will be putting veggies on the side after. Add that to there. There we are, so we don't spill any of that. Don't want to lose any of it.
No.
Any of the loveliness. So we've put it into this pot now, into this silicone mould, and it's actually got ridges in it so that you can roll it down. If you don't want it as tall as the slow cooker, if you're using it for something else, you can pop it in the oven, in the air fryer.
Really useful.
Rolled it down, so it's all in there now. We're going to cover it over and just wrap this around, and then we're going to pop that into the air fryer. Pop that in there.
It says 160 on an oven, or 160 on a fan oven, or 140 on gas. So 160 because that's like a fan oven. Yeah. And then it says 2 to 2.5 hours. So if we check it after an hour,
we have to you can only set this one for an hour at a time.
Yeah. So we'll check it after an hour and then come back and see whether
Sorry
it
about
needs...
that noise. I know, right? 160 for 1 hour.
Yeah, and it might need another hour or even another 45 minutes because things cook quite quick in there.
And then it gives me, I know it's set now for an hour, I can rinse up the little bits and pieces and prep some veg or something to go with now while that's cooking in the oven.
Yeah, so by the magic of editing,
I know,
we'll see you in an hour.
We will.
And we are back. However, how long's it been?
2.5 hours.
So we thought it might have been a bit quicker in the air fryer, but no.
But I thought because I did smaller pieces of lamb, so obviously you can leave it in bigger pieces if you want. I did it in smaller bits, so I thought I'd give it an hour and a half to 2 hours and then check it, and it still had quite a bit of moisture in it. But yeah, now, like I say, and the potatoes were still a tiny bit, needed a bit more cooking, so actually it's come out okay.
So,
yeah, 2.5 hours, and then obviously it's been covered over all that time. So
we've got some rice and some vegetables.
Yeah.
So we'll dish up and we'll show you it.
Yeah.
When it's done. So this is what it looks like when it's been dished up. I've got to say that looks pretty damn nice. So you're going to do a taste test? Let's grab our forks.
Then we put a tiny bit of lime.
Yeah, I guess.
Teeny little bit of lime on it. That's
yeah. Right, that's what it says. So I'll put a bit of lime on mine as well. There we go. Look, a little bit of lime. And then...
I'll try a little piece of meat and a bit of potato.
That's what I'm doing. Bit of lamb. Bit of spud tater.
I quite like the lime though.
It's not as spicy as I was expecting.
Yeah. There's lots of different flavoury things going on, probably like with the fresh coriander and all that on it.
So we will come back and let you know our final thoughts when we've finished dinner.
Yes.
So I probably will finish my broccoli, but I don't think I'm going to finish any more of mine. However, yours is completely gone. What did you think?
Can't taste an awful, like I say, it's not what I expect a curry to be like, but it wasn't horrible either. Oh, it was okay. Meat was soft, potatoes were soft, and like I say, it was coriander, a bit of lime, and so there's lots of flavour and stuff going on in the curry, but yeah.
But the coriander and the lime was just added on top.
Yeah.
What about the flavour in the actual meal?
I wouldn't say it's really curry-like, as far as what I know of curry.
No.
So I have to have quite a bit of spice in it to taste anything at all. So it might as well have been a stew to me. I don't know. Maybe we were meant to use a bit more spice, but I did follow, like I say,
you followed the recipe exactly, yeah.
2 level spoons of the spices in the curry paste. But no, like I say, it wasn't horrible. Like I say, I don't want to waste the paste and that, so maybe we'll use it again. But it's not what I expect of a curry, though. So no, not for me. What do you think of yours?
I think it was well cooked. The lamb was cooked through really soft. That was soft. The potatoes were really soft. Everything was cooked really well. I just didn't like the finished result, to be honest. The flavour is really weak, quite mild. I was expecting a bit more of a kick to it. It didn't taste curry-like. It didn't taste Thai.
Yeah.
It didn't taste of an awful lot, to be honest. I like the vegetables that we went with it on the side, because I always like vegetables, but I don't think I would be in a rush to have that again.
But I said as well, if anyone else out there has tried the recipe, did they put more spice in it?
Yeah.
More paste in it? Is that, I don't know if that's a thing to add a bit more spice.
If you're watching this and you've made the Stimmy Well Massaman curry before, let us know what you thought, because to me, it just tastes something of nothing, to be honest. It tastes like, again, one of their ready meals, which gives a hint of something, but is very much toned down for that mass market, because we don't want to upset people who don't like spice. What would you give it out of 10?
6.
See, I'd give it a 3.
5 or 6.
I'd give it a 3.
It wasn't horrible, but
no,
it wasn't.
It's
not what we expect of a curry.
No, I would say vaguely edible.
Yeah.
If you are somebody who likes the idea of a curry rather than the flavour of a curry, try it out. I'm glad that we got to try it, because it's one from the Curry Club book. They've got some much better curries in that book that we've had.
We'll have to try another one.
But having said that, give it a go. You might love it. It might be something that becomes your favourite meal. For me, 3 out of 10, and that's giving it benefit of the doubt for the added lime and coriander.
The Massaman spices, obviously, that go in the curry, did you use a paste, or is there like
I don't know if there's like a
spice blend
that you use for it instead of the paste.
Could be.
Or whether everybody goes to Morrison to buy their paste. I don't know.
Don't know.
But
don't know.
If anyone does know, like I say, let us know how you did yours, or maybe if we didn't put enough spice in it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Sure.
Thank you to all of you for choosing it. It gave us something new to try that we've never had before. And of course, thank you to Ruffus for cooking it. But that's going to be it from us. Yeah. As we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and
happy choosing.
Happy cooking something else. Bye.